Michael Horn. Michael, come on up.
If you are a 25-year-old graduate student of political philosophy, and you have 2 young children at home, and your money gig is teaching 5th and 6th graders at a very small, very poor private school, and then you get divorced, do not seek change. Change is not your friend. I did. I thought that I needed a new job that paid real money. So at the end of the school year, I gave in my notice, and in June, I left teaching. The first company that I interviewed at was a large corporation, and they said, well, before you actually come in and interview, you're going to have to take a test. So I go to their corporate headquarters, the testing room, and there was a big mirror along the wall. And it was fascinating. I'd never taken an IQ test before. And you fill in these 3 things, and then you have to find the 4th one. It was so much fun until the woman taps me on the shoulder and says, "Time's up." And I look down, and half my answers are blank. And she takes my Scantron and runs it through the machine, and I presume that she and the other lady are looking at me through the mirror. And the one says, "But he seems so normal." Yes, and he's such well-spoken. Someone's done a wonderful job with him. Yay, and off I go. My next interview was with a very small company. And this time I actually talked to the owner on the phone. It was a phone interview, wonderful phone interview. We talked about U.S. history and political philosophy. And at the end of the phone interview, he said, "You're going to have to take a test." And I'm thinking, time management. But I say to him, I said, "Oh, that's no problem. I'll be glad to." And he said, "What's 13 times 15? And I said, Now, realize I'm at my desk, right? I have pencil, paper, calculator here, but I just panicked and I said 253. Now, all 5th graders know that the number multiplied by 5 or one of its multiples is going to end in a 0 and a 5. Well, there were more stories, but the summer went down, and by August, school started, and I still didn't have a job. So I went back to the University of Houston Job Center, and they had all these cards, and one card said, Quark Express. Now, Quark Express was a brand new program that printers used to typeface, to make things. And I said, "I know that program." And what I really meant was, I know of that program. My ex-wife was in the printing business, and she would spend nights working on our little Mac SE30, pounding away. So I go to the place, I said, "Look, I know of this program, but I'll work hard. I can learn these programs. I think I can do a great job." And they said, "We'll get back with you." So I walk away so depressed. But the next day I returned and I said, "Look, you're not going to hire me, so here's what I propose. I'll come to your place, and I'll do whatever you want, make coffee, run errands, and then I'll learn these programs. And whenever you think I'm worth paying, then you pay me whatever it is you think I'm worth." And she looked at me and she said, "Okay." And so after the first week, she actually started paying me. And by December, I was making almost as much as I'd made as a private school teacher. So that Christmas, I come to my old school, and I run into the principal. I said, "Hey, how's it going? How's that new fellow doing?" And he says, "Well, we had to fire him." I said, "Oh." I said, "Is that job still open?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Oh." Now, I love Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations guy, John Locke, capitalism, I love it. And I respect people who work hard at jobs that are not pleasant to make money for their families. But I'm just not wired that way. So for the next 25 years, I taught U.S. history not as a job or as a money gig, but as a vocation. Thank you.